Hi everyone, Christos here with Better at BI. And today, on our first episode of PBIF, I want to discuss something really cool that Power BI does that's built in that you can do with a bunch of other tools, of course, but you can do this with Power BI and it's built in, and it's a really easy way to parse out data. So if you look at my screen, what you can see here is this data downloaded from the USDA. You've got area, year, product, and price. Now let's not worry too much about what the data is, but let's focus on that area folder for just one second. I'm sorry, the area column for just 1 second. In fact, let's bring that over into a brand new table just so we can look at that data. So if I pull that in, you see I've got division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right, in region 1, 2, 3, and the US. So if I go over to this README file over here, in fact, let me go over to tables for just 1 second and click on README. Now you're going to see what this data is. So this is the data definition table from the USDA. It doesn't necessarily look very clean. It's in fact, it's not really built for good analytics. So we here at Better at BI want to help you, of course, be better at BI. And in today's episode of PBIF, I want to really quickly run down how you could clean up this data from within Power BI itself. So I went ahead and made a copy already. So let's click on the README 2 for a second, and I'm going to go to Edit Query. So when I edit this query, you'll see it comes up. You're going to see it pop up here in a second. There you go. So the first thing I want to do is I want to clean out a whole bunch of this stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove rows, and I'm going to do remove top rows, and I'm going to pick the first 23 when that comes up. I'll select 23, and you'll see in a second what happens. So that cleaned that out. All right, now I want to get rid of the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to get rid of the bottom 11, and I'll show you why in just 1 second. So I'll get rid of that. So you see how quick this is. Now notice the first row are the headers, right? So I'm going to click on use first row as headers, and now it promoted that up. Beautiful. Now look at that. We've got area and we've got definitions. Here's what's important. So you'll notice what the USDA has done is they've created these definitions. So division 1 is New England. New England is made up of these states, and so on for Middle Atlantic and Northeast Central and things like that. So we want to parse these out. We want to split these out. And as I said a few minutes ago, you can do this using any number of tools. This is PBIF, so I want to show you how to do this in Power BI. So we're going to select split group. So I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to select split column right here, and I'm going to choose by delimiter. And when that comes up, it's going to give me the colon option. That just happens to be what it remembered from when I was kind of doing a dress rehearsal for this video. So I'm going to select each occurrence of delimiter and I'm going to leave it into columns and just leave everything else the way it is and hit OK. Now you're going to see it split in a second. There it is. Now we're almost done here. Excuse me. We are almost done. We're going to do another split of this definitions 2 column. So we're going to right click, select split by delimiter again. And this time, you guessed it, we're going to do it by the comma. So I'll hit this drop down box, select comma. And now this time I want to do a new row, and I'm going to I want to make the quotes none again. So I've selected comma, each occurrence of delimiter. I want a new row, and I'm going to hit OK. Now watch what happens. So now I've got my division, okay, and I've got the definition 1. Let's rename this. How about we name, so area, how about we name this to, from definition 1 to maybe district, and then of course we'll name this one state. So rename that to state. Oops, sorry about that. Rename it to state. Now I'm going to hit close and apply. I should have renamed this entire query. I apologize for that, but I didn't. So we'll close and apply. So now the README2, you're going to see this all change here in a second. All right, pending changes. So my computer is cycling through the data. I'm going to hit. It's loading the data again. It's creating the connection in the model. It's okay. Looks like we are all done here. So if I, there you go. It's going to close out. And now I go to the data model. So let's go. So you notice it changed the format of my table. Let's go over here to make a connection real quick. So I'll click on that to the model. There's the README2. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to join area from the data to area from the README2 just by dragging and dropping. Best practice is to always go from one to the other. Don't do a connection where you can filter in both directions. So I know that I want to filter from README to data because I'm going to make that my filter. So we could mess around here, but maybe we'll talk about that on another PBIF. So let's go ahead and load this up. You're going to see it make a connection here in just a second. It's always a good idea to save what you're doing. So as soon as this is done, we'll go ahead and save it. All right. There it is. Now let's go ahead and go to here. And so now we've got in this box here, we've got the area, but let's change it. Let's click on README2. Oops. Let's go back to this box here. And let's drag over the README2 area, district, and state, just for the heck of it. Area. And state. So now you can see it's populating. Now, because we set up those joins in the back end, we will easily be able to look at, let's say, Missouri. By clicking on Missouri here, it will filter the data table over here and automatically tell us Division 4 and so on. So DC, of course, is in Division 5. So there you have it. The really quickly and easily be able to parse out data, join data in Power BI. I really hope this helped somebody out there. If you're interested in seeing more of these PBIF episodes, please come back, like the video, and yeah, let me know what you think. All right, thanks everyone.